Hello and welcome. In our last video, we went camping for the first time in our 2019 Lance 2185 down to Goblin Valley. And we were trying to test out all of the trailer's functionality as it is from the manufacturer. And it performed fine for most things. One of the things that it really wasn't very great at is the voltage sag when we were trying to power electronic devices on board the RV. Well, I'm planning on upgrading the electrical system in this RV significantly, but as an interim baby step, just today we actually received a couple of Battleborn batteries. So I decided to go ahead and just install 2 of these Battleborn batteries as just drop-in replacements to where the current lead-acid batteries are located. And we're going to actually be going on a trip today, so I wanted to test to see how well that works just using Battleborn batteries, but with all of the same existing electrical technology in our RV. So now I'm just going to show you briefly how I'm going to do that swap. Now, as a side note, our solar charge controller does not support LFP batteries. Yeah, our trailer was built in 2019 and it just didn't quite get that updated charger from GoPower. So I'm going to use the AGM setting instead, and that's not ideal, but it's not going to damage the battery. It just won't be able to charge up as fully, and that's what Battleborn told me anyway. This is how the batteries are packaged. They come with a information page here about the batteries, and then they have them well packaged with this foam, and there's the Battleborn battery, and it comes with 4 bolts and appropriate nuts and washers, and there's the battery totally out of its packaging. What we need to do is remove one of these lead acid batteries, and then this is on a tray that I can just pull out. Now, something I have to do first is come in here to this pass-through storage, and right here past Lucy's head there's an off switch right here, and so I have to power this off, and it turns off the whole DC system in the trailer. So this is using a 9/16 socket. Okay, so now Lucy's holding the camera for me. Thanks, Lucy. I'm going to lift off this old battery, and then I'm going to lift up this new Battleborn battery in its place. And it definitely fits right there in the same tray just fine. I have finished putting the battery terminals on for both of these and slid it in and put down the Titan strap. And so now we're done on this side, and now let's go to add another battery on the other side. Here is the new Battleborn on this side installed and ready to rock and roll. So now the next thing we need to do is update the charge profile in the solar charge controller. Now, in our case, we have the GoPower solar charge controller right here. And so to change the profile, you can see right here on the bottom it says flooded. And so to change that, I press and hold the B and wait for it to start blinking, and then I push B. So it says it goes to sealed and then AGM. Now, if this was the updated one, it would say LFP, but mine doesn't. It just goes to flooded. So I'll put it to AGM, that's the closest, and then you press and hold the letter A until that goes away. And now it has the AGM profile on board. So now that I've updated that, I can go turn on the DC circuit back outside in the storage compartment bay, and we'll see how it goes. And now I'm going to go test these batteries on a camping trip, and we'll see how well they perform. This is the same place that we camped or stopped at for a few hours on a trip we went on to St. George. I'll put a card here that will go to that video if you're curious to see it. All right, we are taking off on our trip to Meadow, Utah. Girls, what time is it? Yeah! Are you excited? Yeah! All right, let's get on the road. This is where we are headed, down to near Fillmore, Utah. And if we zoom in here, you'll see that this is actually a city called Meadow. And this marker here is the hot springs that we are going to. We're going to be camping out there, and then we're going to be coming up here and exploring the lava tubes that are up there. To be clear, my intention for making these videos is to highlight the technology and how well it works or doesn't work, and also the lifestyle that it provides by being able to have it and going on these trips. And that applies to my Tesla videos as well as these RV videos. This truck we're using to pull the trailer is a borrowed half-ton truck. This is a 2015 Dodge Ram 1500. And so it gets by with towing this trailer, but we had to make sure that the bed of the truck was pretty much empty, because the tongue weight of the trailer and us in the truck pretty much takes up the entire payload capacity of this truck, with a little bit of room for margin. But in any case, This truck is a temporary stopgap measure while we wait for the Cybertruck. This trip occurred in April of 2001, and after that, when the Cybertruck was announced that it was for sure going to be delayed, we ended up actually purchasing a 2014 Ford F-250 3/4 ton truck to pull the trailer with in our future adventures in this trailer while we continue to wait for the Cybertruck. This was the last trip that we went on in this trailer before I started to take it apart inside, removing the propane components like the stove top and the oven. And then also I took out the couch so that I could start to build out the electrical system under the couch with the 8 Battleborn batteries and 2 multi-plus inverters and all of that, which I will get into in future videos. So if you're interested in seeing that electrofit of this trailer, then feel free to subscribe and change that bell notification to all to get notified when I upload those videos. As you can see, I've been really busy, and that explains why I haven't been uploading very regularly on this YouTube channel in 2021, because I was trying to get this all done. It's about 2 hours later and we're just arriving at the hot springs, and this is what the view looks like as we're approaching it on this gravel road. It's really flat out here, so you really can't see it, so I'll show you what it looks like from the drone. Girls, are you excited for the hot springs?
Yeah.
All right, let's go find a place to park the trailer. Off in the distance over there in the middle of the screen is where the hot springs are, and right here on the road, it's hard to see, but they're driving cattle straight down the road. So there's the main turnoff to the big hot spring that everyone goes to, and there's a lot of parking here. But we're actually going to go down this way just past that, as it's a lot more quiet and secluded back in this back corner. As you can see, this road has a lot of bumps in it, but it's smooth and hard packed enough. We could have driven down it and camped over here closer to these other people, but I didn't want to be close to other people, and I was concerned that maybe we'd drive down there and have a hard time turning around. But it turns out we could have turned around over there. This particular pool is the coldest of the 3 pools, and so we probably were not going to be swimming in as much anyway, and we just prefer to camp farther away from other campers. As you can see, this road now goes all the way around to these different pools. And back in the day when I first started coming to this location, this area was all off limits to vehicles other than that initial parking lot, and this was all just footpaths. And so it's kind of unfortunate to see that people have just made roads out of it, but it does make it more accessible for people who wouldn't be able to walk on those footpaths potentially. This middle pool is a really cool peanut-shaped pool. It's a little bit warmer and definitely more shallow than the other 2 pools, and it was lots of fun. Then coming over this way to the 3rd pool, you can see this area is a major bog, and so lots of people have driven through it and probably got stuck in the process. This is the warmest and deepest pool at 25 feet deep or so, maybe up to 30 feet deep now because it's pretty full. And as you can see by how many people are there, it's the most popular one, probably because it is so warm. It is certainly my favorite pool, and I've been here before when no one else was here at all, and it was just beautiful to see in the calm without anything stirred up in the water. But nowadays it is popular enough that it's pretty hard to be there without others also being there. Looping back around, you can see that is where we ended up parking. There is a fairly large parking lot here, as you can see, so there's quite a bit of room for other vehicles that may show up, and we were happy to have found this little spot over here that's a little bit further away from everyone else. We've arrived and we have set up, as you can see behind me here. We've set up the trailer level, and we are actually able to find a really nice spot here. The hot spring that we were at in the last video, which is the deeper hot one, is out that way. And then there is another hot spring right there and another one out that way, which I'm sure you saw in the drone shots. The sun is just going to be setting here shortly, and it looks really beautiful. And let's go check out what's going on in the trailer. Ho ho ho! Are you guys eating dinner?
Yeah. And the unicorn play.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen these.
And then we didn't get you one.
You didn't get me one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right.
Aren't those awesome?
Wow, those are some pretty amazing plates. Where did you get those?
Walmart. For $1.
$1 at Walmart. Girls, what do you think of the view out the windows?
Good, great.
Does it look cool?
I opened them. Yeah, but there's a weird line in the grass.
Yeah, that's a trail where cows walk.
Oh.
Are you guys so excited to be camping in the trailer again?
Yeah.
The sun is setting and we're going for a little walk. The view here is absolutely stunning. You have the beautiful mountains in the background, and then in the foreground, it's a really, really cool area. This is all private land, and so it's really nice of them to allow the general public to come and enjoy the hot springs and camp out in this general area. What do you think of the view? It's pretty flat? Yeah, it's real flat out here for sure. Off in the distance that way, you can see the lava tubes that we're going to be going to tomorrow. That peak right there, I think, is the main one that we'll be near. My trusty one wheel is working great on this super uneven terrain. Luckily the terrain is hard packed and smooth, but it's uneven. But any regular passenger sedan could definitely ride here.
Keep going. Guess what? We're going to take 3 hot springs.
Get tired?
Yeah.
You're running a lot. Are you guys loving this walk?
Oh, yeah.
He stayed up on the rope with the greatest of ease until he lost his balance. Harold fell, twisting and turning with his purple crayon tight in his hand.
You thought there was a family and there was the baby and that was the dad.
Good morning, Lucy.
Good morning.
It looks like this morning it is down to 53 degrees in here. There you go. Yeah, it'll warm up in just a minute. Hey, Clara. How did you sleep?
Dad?
Yeah? You excited to be in the trailer? You should go get in your bed because the heater's warming up the trailer and your bed is the warmest place in the trailer. Oh, so sweet. Everyone slept well, and there was minimal generator noise or other noise from our neighbors, albeit there was some. And as you can see, some of the neighbors have already left and others have arrived this morning and are already over swimming at the hot springs. We're gonna make crepes. So what I have is I brought an immersion blender. You can see right here it's got the whisk attachment on the end. I don't know how well you can see that. And then over here I have a small inverter that is plugged into the power port here on the side. And I have a electric meter hooked up to it just out of curiosity to see how much power it will pull. And so right now the blender is in low mode, so I'll push the button. You can see here, so it's pulling 17 watts. And then if we increase the speed up to maximum, looks like it pulled up to 29 watts while it was having no friction. So now we'll put this in here. We have in this picture all of the ingredients for the crepes. And it looks like we're able to mix just fine without having a big inverter. And it is on low, pulling about 29 watts. We speed up the speed. It's going up to 50 watts. And it's handling it just fine. So if we weren't going to install a big inverter system, it looks like we could get by with the immersion blender for mixing purposes. My primary reason for making crepes for breakfast is just because I like to eat it, but I'm also testing what it's like to cook things on the propane oven and propane stove, and then I'll be doing it again on the next cooktop that we have. Alright, there's the latest that's done, and we have several more right here. Here's a completed one, which is a blueberry banana yogurt crepe. You girls excited for the crepes?
Yeah.
And Lucy's getting her hair done up.
Into a braid.
Your hair looks great, Lucy.
And she made it into braid.
Where are we going to go hiking, Lucy?
To the springs. To the lava caves.
Alright, let's do it.
And after that, to the hot springs.
You're right.
Lunch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too. And we're going to go to all of them.
Lydia, what do you think of your crepes?
Good. And I put some blueberries in there.
You did. I need to cut those up.
Blueberry hair.
It's almost as good as your own hair, Lucy. Clara, what do you think of your crepes?
I'm putting blueberries in the horn. And I'm eating them right now.
Your hair is looking great. Girls, where are we going?
To the lava caves.
Yeah. Lava tubes, huh? But they are caves. Are you so excited? Alright, let's do it. Here on the screen you can see the route that we took, which is that darker blue line to get to the lava tubes from where we were camped out. It's a total of 11.3 miles, and according to Google takes 42 minutes, but I would say it probably only took us about half an hour. If you're used to driving on gravel roads, it's not a big deal. Now, the last little piece of it is not really so much a gravel road as much as it is just a dirt path through the mountain, and it used to actually be in far worse condition. It's not too bad now, and I've seen, you know, four-wheel drive sedans on it, like say a Subaru for instance, so it doesn't require like full-on jeeping type truck to get there. But in any case, just know that it's a rough road. This drive has some beautiful terrain to drive through. It definitely looks like a bit of an alien landscape with all of the lava rock everywhere. But as you can see off in the distance in this shot, there is a lot of expansive lava that has flown out in this area in the past that is out there to explore if you want to. Right here is an intersection where there are multiple roads going off in different directions, and this is BLM land. And so we can just explore this area, and it's open for camping and whatnot. And I've actually come out here camping before in the lava tubes themselves, which is pretty cool. We're approaching the lava tubes area. We're actually already in it, but we're just not in the place that we are going to explore. This is what the general condition of the road looks like. It requires a more high clearance type vehicle, or maybe a lower clearance vehicle that's really old and a beater, and you're not concerned about grounding out on the bottom. I wouldn't say it needs four-wheel drive, but if it rained, it could get kind of dicey in here. There's a lot of embedded rocks in the path. And there's also some sections like over here where you can go more off-roading if you have a Jeep, and you could go up and down really steep hills and whatnot. But pretty much as far as you can see off in the distance, there's just this old lava rock that's quite old and now has a lot of things growing on it. And off over that way where there's a really particularly large mound, that's where we're headed. And this is a nice little bumpy section example of if you were in a front-wheel drive small car, you might have a hard time getting up this because the tires would slip on the gravel and you'd have to get a good run at it, and you maybe would be unsuccessful. So probably best not to have a front-wheel drive car on this road. You excited, girls? What, Clara? You need a drink? All right. It's a nice puddle mound there. We're getting closer.
Lucy, do you see that road going up the mountain?
Yeah.
Do you think we should drive up that?
No way.
No? You don't want to go straight up that mountain?
No way. Yes.
Lydia wants to.
One vote for yes?
Yes.
2 votes for yes.
No way, Jose.
What do you think of the road, Jess?
I don't
pretty
want
bumpy.
to flip over.
It has lots of sections like this that go really wide. Obviously it's worse because people come in here when it's wet and then they just bog through it. There's the first entrance of a lava tube, and that's one we're going to be going into. There are a variety of reasons why I feel it's a great idea to get your kids out and explore the world. First and foremost might be just fitness, just getting them out and exploring and being active, physically active. Also, though, it's just a great bonding time as a family to go out and go on trips and experience new things and create great new memories. In my opinion, it helps to really inform the worldview of a child when they can get out and experience more various types of settings, whether it be nature or in the city or foreign countries potentially. Also, in my experience, when a child has a chance to be challenged and also to experience new things and succeed at those new things, that they tend to increase their self-confidence and be able to be more successful in life later when they have other challenges that come along, or that they just need the self-confidence to get through a challenging time. All these reasons, plus many more, are the reasons that we chose to purchase our travel trailer and to use it going on lots of trips. The girls love the trips, and when we get back, they are regularly saying,
"Can we go there again?"
I always respond that yes, potentially we will visit locations once again, but there is a beautiful world out there to explore, and there are many, many adventures to find.
Oh, there's 1, 2, and 3.
You got underground? Show me. I will. Just show me where to go. Oh, just a crack in the ground.
Yeah, it's the way under down.
Oh, that's really small, girl. brought my helmet.
And they never saw him again. Oh, there's Lydia.
Pokies.
Oh yeah, don't touch the pokies. Should have brought our helmets, huh?
That's where we came down, and that's where it goes out. Hey, Clara.
You made it.
We're back at the truck, but we're passing it. We're gonna come over here to this side, and this is where the really big caverns are. Can't see it yet, but we're gonna be going underground right there. Are you going in the cave, Lucy? Exciting. Lucy, is this your first time going in a lava tube? It's exciting.
This is all dried up lava that you're walking on.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. That's cool.
It is cool.
Claire, why don't you come down off that steep hillside? Come down here to the bottom.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, it does keep going farther back, so let's go back there and see what's back there.
How did you camp in here? It's so rocky.
You'll see back there where I camped.
Why?
Lydia, can you climb down? There you go.
Yeah, my shoe was stuck. My shoe was stuck in a rock.
Was it?
This is the darkest.
This cave is the darkest.
That we need all the light.
Oh, we made it to the outside. I told you it wasn't scary.
Mommy, did we bring the batteries?
Girls, what did you think of that cavern?
Great. And we found a tiny one.
Oh, a little tiny cavern right over there, huh?
Yeah. Spiders crawling on that rock.
Yeah, spiders live outside.
And there's the truck over that way. So we went underground all through this section.
Where does it start? Over there?
Yeah.
Wow. That's big. I'm gonna go see what that sign says.
Okay.
Nothing.
Vulcan Subway.
Cotton somewhere?
Yeah.
What's this red stuff?
Those are the maps of all the lava caves, I think. Once the lava was exhausted, what was left behind were empty underground passages. It says lava tubes start with the eruption of a volcano and the associated molten magma that boils down to the surface. Then it's called lava. Still hot, the lava flows much like water down a river channel.
Girls, do you remember the lava that we've been looking at this week that was in Iceland?
Mm-hmm.
What is happening
don't
there
put that
is
on
what
your
happened here a long time ago. Hey girls, where are you? You know, inside of a lava tube, huh? That is so cool. Hey Lydia, what do you think of the lava tubes so far?
Great.
Yeah? Are you having a good time? What do you have for a snack?
Scary, are they?
Pressure bears.
And they're not even scary, the caves. Hey Lucy, how's your granola bar?
Good. Lucy, why are you sitting by me? Because.
What's your favorite part about the lava tubes?
Turning on my flashlight.
Lucy, you look really epic up on that rock. Good climbing, Lydia. That tube over there is where we just ate lunch or had a snack.
Cave snack.
Cave snack.
Hey, look, it looks like the lava was flowing here.
Oh, you're right.
And it looks like chocolate.
There's Jessie and Lydia and Clara over there in the middle of the screen going back to the truck. And Lucy and I, where are we going, Lucy?
We're gonna climb that mountain.
Whoa, let's go. Go, Lucy. Good climbing. We're almost to the top. Where are we? On top of it. We're on top. Well, okay, technically there's a tiny bit more rock above us, but that's really sketchy. And this is the view from up here. There's Jessica and the girls in the middle of the screen way down there. And then this is the other mound that's next to us. And the hot springs are over in that way.
I think I can see the trailer.
Where?
Over there.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to zoom in. Alright, right there in the middle of the screen is the hot springs where, and that white dot right there in the middle of the screen, that is where the trailer is. And then we can zoom back, and that's how far away we are. You look so proud of getting up here. I'm proud of you. I didn't even help you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Good climbing, Lucy. Lucy, where are you?
I'm glad I took rock climbing lessons, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be this good.
That's probably right. You're doing great. She hasn't needed any help on the way up or down. And we're almost to the bottom. Alright. Was it worth climbing up there?
Mm-hmm.
Great. After exploring the lava tubes for several hours, we then decided to head home. Obviously, you can see there is an enormous large area here of lava tubes and terrain that we could potentially explore. But yeah, we have little kids, so we're not going to try to explore that much more of it. But this is a really fun place to come and explore. I highly recommend it. We all had lots of fun and made some great new memories. So we navigated through the rough terrain and back to our trailer. What did you think of the lava tubes?
Great.
Did you have so much fun?
Uh-huh.
What about you, Lucy?
Great.
What about you, Clara? Great. All right, let's eat some lunch and then we're going to go swimming. Right now I am charging a drone battery, the hand controller for the drone back here, and I'm charging my cell phone, and I'm charging a GoPro all at the same time. Now the drone is pulling 57 watts right now, and it's the drone battery is about half full. The battery is currently showing 100%, but it really hasn't ever deviated from 100%, and it doesn't know that it's a lithium battery, so I don't know if that ever will change. It's showing 13.6 volts, and then it's showing 8 amps from the solar right now, and it's about 12:30 p.m. Girls, where are we going? Yeah, you look ready. We're going to go to the coolest pool first, which is this one. And then we're going to go over there to the second coolest pool. And then we'll go over there to the warmest pool. What do you think, girls?
Great.
Looks like fun?
Yeah.
You gonna jump in, Lydia? Just jump off the platform right in the water.
No.
Hey girls, how warm is it? Is it warm? Fantastic. It could be worse. Hey girls, did you swim all the way across? Wow, good job. Go Clara. Lucy and Lydia, are you ready to try? We now walked over to the next hot spring, and this is what it looks like over here. Girls, is this one warmer than the other one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Uh-huh.
What about you, Lydia? Is it warmer? It's warmer?
Yeah, you can feel it.
You can feel it?
Put the camera underwater and you can feel it.
Okay.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh, go Clara. Oh, I'm falling off into the deep end.
Say hi.
Bye.
What was your favorite thing we did today, Clara?
Got the happy.
Go to the hot spring.
Yeah.
It is the last one. Here we are at the third and last pool, which is the deepest and hottest pool. Girls, what do you think of this pool?
Great.
How warm is it? Is it way warmer than the last one?
Way warmer than the last two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump
What do you think, Clara?
Yeah. This is so hot. And it looks like a hot tub.
It is like a hot tub.
Daddy, I want you to
Go, Lydia!
You have to make sure you get far enough to not hit the rock. Did you hit the rock?
No.
Good.
I got big.
We've been swimming for hours, so we're gonna head back to the RV and shower. Oh, look at that, and there's 3 more vehicles arriving. What are we doing tonight?
Watching a movie, and Mom bought us some new unicorn popcorn bowls.
Oh, let's go check them out.
I want to swim in these.
That water looks pretty nasty, Lucy. Did you say April Fools, Lucy? That makes more sense. So we're walking along the same area that we drove a couple months ago, last October, when we did the St. George trip. And you look at all this water over here. This water is right where we drove the Tesla back in October, and now it's totally underwater. We then hiked the relatively short distance back to the trailer and had nice warm showers with propane heating the water. Girls, what are you eating?
Corn.
Corn on your unicorn plates. The main course is over here. We're eating pigs in a blanket in the oven. Girls, what are we doing now?
Watching a movie.
Watching a movie? What movie are you watching?
Kids too.
Ah.
And it's other stuff, and it's a da da da, and then it's down and move. Yeah.
So the way I've set this up is here on the back of the TV, there is an HDMI port here. It's HDMI 1. And then I have that just running into my laptop through a adapter dongle right here. And I don't have it plugged into power right now, but we could be running it off of this inverter right here. And that is plugged into this power port, cigarette lighter type port there. It's kind of dark. But yeah, it works well to just pull from video from a laptop. And the audio is going through the HDMI ARC mode right here. And so we can use all 3 zones. We have zone A, which is, zone A is just these speakers right here on either side of the dinette. And then zone B is over by the bed, the master bed. And then zone C is the outside speakers, which we have turned off right now. So yeah, it works well. What do you think? Lucy, do you like your view out the window?
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
There's still some people at the hot springs.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, they're probably going to be there all night. You can go ahead and close your blinds now, and then it's bedtime.
And you're going to tell us a story from when you were a little kid.
Yep. Are you excited? All right. I was charging my laptop and the inverter started to freak out.
Why?
I don't know. Too low voltage, probably. What, Lydia?
I can close my window all by myself now.
Did you close it already?
Yeah.
Okay, did you close the glass on the outside? Perfect. Thank you, Lydia.
And I know how to close it now.
Okay, great.
She showed me.
Clara, come here. I'll help you. There's the sunset. It's down to 48 degrees in here. The furnace did come on and off periodically throughout the night, set to 50 degrees. But the propane has run out, and it's 33 degrees outside, so I'm going to go switch the tanks. How did you sleep?
Hard. Lucy let go of the ladder.
Lydia, how did you sleep?
Good.
Yeah? Did you sleep all through the night for like 12 hours? Yeah, you did. Clara, how did you sleep?
Good.
Yeah? Did you wake up during the night? What woke you up?
The house driving on the road.
Cars driving
Cars driving by woke you up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There was one went by really loud, huh? Lucy, what woke you up last night?
Being cold.
Being cold.
Being cold, yeah. Yeah, we didn't turn on the heater initially because we thought we'd just kind of wait and see how the night played out. And then Lucy woke up and was cold, so we went ahead and turned it on. I had it set to 55 for a little bit, and then I changed it to 50 because I felt like 55 was just too hot. And then, sometime during the night, the propane turned off, or the bottle emptied, and I have it set so that only the one bottle is on, and so it doesn't go to the bypass, because it tends to go to the bypass too easily. And so I heard the furnace kick on, and then a minute later turned back off. So I thought, okay, so the propane's out. And so when I woke up, I went out and turned on the second bottle, and now we're heating the RV back up. But it got fairly cold outside last night, like 33 degrees, even though yesterday it was around 70 degrees, just in the ambient temperatures during the day. So pretty big contrast last night. But Lydia never woke up at all, other than when you fell out of your bunk bed, huh?
She fell out of her bunk bed?
Yeah. For some unknown reason. She doesn't even know. Clara, did you get too hot being by the heater? Yeah. Next time we're going to have to stuff a blanket around your vent so it doesn't get too hot on your bunk, huh? Hey, girls, what are you excited about? We're gonna go to the hot springs again. It's now the next morning of our last day. We're leaving today, and we're gonna go swimming one more time. How cold is it out here?
It's not very cold.
Fewer vehicles camped out last night. The night before there was nearly 20 vehicles, and now there's like more like 10.
Brown and purple and white.
How excited are you girls?
Really?
Really excited? Is the air cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be freezing coming back. We turned on the water heater before leaving so that we can take a hot shower when we get back from the hot springs, because walking between them we're gonna be getting really cold for sure.
So when we get back, when we take a shower, it will be nice and warm.
Hey Clara, are you excited to go swimming?
Yeah!
And there's the pool right up there, and it looks really empty. But it's worth it because it's not crowded. So it turns out that there are some people already here, but at least it's nowhere near as many as here most of the rest of the day. Oh, Lucy, you almost fell in the yellow water.
Whoa, that's really warm.
Burning my cold toes.
Burning, huh? That sounds nice.
My toes and fingers.
Is it burning your cold toes?
This is warmer than last time.
I think they're just colder than last time.
No? Why does it have steam?
Because it's so hot and the air is cold.
It didn't have steam.
It's 'cause the
So I don't
air
know
was
how well
so
you can
cold.
see it on camera, but there's a darker area right, so it kind of, this is the edge of it, like around in here. Pretty much where this line is actually, and that right there is a hole. It goes down 30 feet. I've been here scuba diving before, and so I know. I was down at the bottom.
I know.
How's the water? Is it worth coming out this early in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
Hey girls, are you gonna swim?
Yeah. I'm just sitting there to take off my shoes.
Uh,
I don't scare me if I slip because I have a floaty.
Yeah.
That was nice.
so Jess, if you were to compare this to a normal hot tub, how much hotter or colder is it?
Probably comfortable.
Comparable to a normal hot tub?
Maybe a little cooler. I don't know.
It's
Probably a
probably,
little cooler.
I think it's probably around 95 to 90 degrees. We have the whole pool all to ourselves. What do you think?
Good.
Awesome.
Awesome. Amazing.
We're gonna live here. This is our new home.
Uh-huh. Hi.
Hi.
Icicle baby.
Yeah. I'm walking on a tightrope.
Are you?
Maybe if we stay in here long enough, we'll grow mermaid tails.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh. Well, how do mermaids get their tails?
They're born with tails.
They're born with tails?
Yeah, and persons have to go in magical water to get mermaid tails.
Oh, that makes sense.
And this isn't magical water.
It feels like magical water.
How?
Well, it's so warm.
But Mexico water isn't are normal hot springs this hot?
Probably. But normal water's not. Okay, please.
Is this normal water?
It's normal hot spring water, probably.
This water is actually salty, I noticed.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
They're almost here. Can Lydia have a turn with your cup?
The camera can see through the water this time. When we were here last time, it was too murky from all the people swimming in it. Go, Clara.
Swim, swim, swim. I'm sorry.
Lydia, do you want to jump in? Oh man, I love the view from up here. You can see the rock shelves jutting out, and then you can see the dark area where it gets deep. How does it look?
Really cool.
So tell me this, Lucy. Is this trip better than Goblin Valley?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Because Goblin Valley was the best trip up until that point. We are now back from the hot springs this morning, and everyone has taken a shower, and we're now eating a snack. One thing I thought I'd point out is I was testing whether or not I can charge my one wheel with the lithium-ion batteries, the Battleborn batteries that we have now, and you can see that it is now successfully charging. So whenever I was trying it with this same inverter plugged into this same power port right there, when we were in Goblin Valley, the voltage would drop too much and the one wheel would not be able to charge. But now you can look up here, and right now we're currently getting 6.3 amps out of the solar, and the batteries are still showing 100%, and they actually have been showing 100% continuously this whole trip. And then we're at 13.1 volts currently, and as you can probably hear, the water pump is going, so that might be pulling a little bit of the voltage down. But in any case, the Battleborn batteries are doing fantastic. We have stayed here for 2 nights, and our trip is going to be a total of 3 days or close to that. And the Battleborn batteries, at least the indicator here, is still showing 100%. We don't have an accurate way to measure how much energy has been actually pulled from the batteries. I will be installing a Victron battery monitor, so then we'll be able to see it in more detail in the future. But now, this morning, once we are finished with snacks, we're going to get everything packed up and we're going to head home. Oh, something else worth mentioning, we have been here 2 nights, like I said. So looking at the status panel here, our freshwater tank is showing a third remaining. It's been showing that for a little while, and we just all took showers, so it might be closer to empty, but this really doesn't give us very much granularity to go off of at all. The gray tank is showing 2/3 full and the black tank is showing empty. So yeah, this panel, it doesn't give us very much detail to go off of. We are back on the road and we're headed home. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes after a really physically active trip, it's nice to get back in the car and have some rest sitting there in the truck while letting it do the work while we relocate ourselves. So at this point we drove for 21 minutes or 13.3 miles back into Fillmore. We're at a gas station in Fillmore, Utah, just a few miles away from Meadow, and there is a free dump station right here, conveniently for us. Luckily, we only have to wait for one trailer, and we'll be able to dump here shortly. We just barely finished dumping the black and gray water tanks, and while I was doing that, oh, and we also gassed up the truck, and then the girls ate lunch in the trailer. So we're gonna get on the road, and now we're just gonna drive straight home all the way. The drive home took a little bit over 2 hours and was a total of 129 miles. Round trip, it was a total of 285 miles, and that consumed just shy of 30 gallons of gasoline. The total cost was $91, and our average price per gallon of gasoline was $3. Now, in general, I'm not going to keep track of a lot of details of stats about the truck and whatnot, because this is a gasoline truck, which is very old, proven, well-known technology. It's not that interesting compared to when I'm making videos about our Tesla, for instance, and the charge information and energy consumption while we're traveling. So in the future, when we have our Cybertruck, I'll be doing more information about the truck, but for now, this is about the basics of it. And we're home. I would say that trip was a huge success. The kids thought it was the best trip they've been on so far. It even topped Goblin Valley somehow. From my perspective, I wanted to test a little bit new technology, right? So I put in those 2 Battleborn batteries, and those worked flawlessly, other than I have no insights into really what their charge level was and things like that. But the solar, I think, was charging them, but the indicator just kept showing 100% the whole time. But in any case, with those batteries and the higher voltage that they maintain, I was able to charge everything that we have. I was able to charge the one wheel, for instance, which was pulling too much power with the old lead acid batteries and would never succeed at charging. And let's see, my laptop as well was another thing that the lead acid batteries weren't able to charge, and that was able to on this trip. And then in addition to that, we were testing the new WaySafe hitch, which worked flawlessly as far as the hitch goes, of course. And then I was checking the weight periodically, and it was fun to be able to move weight from the front to the back and kind of adjust and have more data to work with so that we could try to keep the payload capacity of this truck not overburdened. And it worked great for that. And so I hope this video has been helpful and entertaining, at least to see a place in Utah that you can always go visit. It's definitely a game changer to be pulling an RV and be going on camping trips, because especially with a young family, we've gone tent camping many times previously, but you generally do need to use a campground or be near some place where they can go to the bathroom, for instance. And it is so nice to be able to just pull a mini house with you. It's a luxury for sure, but it was really nice to be able to just have a home base in that area and then go swim in the hot springs and come back and take showers and even watch movies and go experience the lava tubes and all of that. And I look forward to many fun adventures to come. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.